Hello there everyone, this is I am Mark 3 and welcome back to the giant stompy robot simulator. That is Mechwarrior Online. Yes, time to stomp the giant robots all over the darn place. And for today's walk we have one of the heavies. Yes, the mech before us is a Rifleman bristling with many weapons. Because, let's be honest, would you have a giant mech and not have it bristling with as many weapons as you could pack into it? Yes? Then you, sir, are a heretic and a heathen. Yes, robots are meant to carry many explosive toys. Unless it's meant to punch people extremely hard, in which case I will accept it not having many explosive things. But if it can't punch, then it must carry guns. Yes. That is the law. That is the way of nature. That is a completely random ramble, which doesn't really have much bearing on this. Weird weekend. Sorry. Anyway, yes, for today's walk we have this Rifleman, or the RFL-DB variant, that came out with the Solaris 7 Hero Pack. So, let's see what I've done to this particular Rifleman. I mean you can see it's got a lot of shiny laser apertures around the place, and it's got multiple barrel things. So, let's see. Mechwarrior. Okay, this Rifleman is built on an endosteel structure and features double heat sinks. However, it only features bog standard armor plating. Yes. Its power plant, however, is a 280 rated XL engine, propelling this machine to a top speed of 75.6, which is quite tasty. And then the entire design is cooled by a triad of additional double heat sinks, giving it an overall cooling rating of 1.1, which is actually not super special, but it's going to keep it going at least. And then finally we move on to the weapon package. This thing features a primary weapon array and a backup weapon set. So, the primary weapons, as you can see, is splashed all over the place in purple. We have a triad of rotary autocannon 2s, so rapid fire, mid to long range Gatling cannons. Oh, I just love saying all those words together. Mid to long range rotary rapid fire Gatling cannons. Yes. Come on, keep it under control. Yes. Right. And they are running off 6 tons of ammunition, which should keep it pretty well supplied in terms of going daka all over the place. Yes. Then finally, as backup and to give it some further options if the enemy gets close and or the ammo runs out and or the arms get blown off, because notice all the rotary cannons are actually mounted in the arms of this mech, we have ER small lasers, a pentet array of ER small lasers if you wish to be quite scientific about it, or for everyone else, 5. Yes, we've got a 5 small lasers, which is actually not too bad. It'll do about 15 points of damage. It's got an okay cooldown of a bit under 3 seconds, and it's got okay-ish range, 200 to 400 meters. So it's a pretty close range option, but it's there to give the mech some extra punch. Once the mech starts using both weapon systems, though, the heat becomes a issue quite rapidly. So it's there to help drive things off if they get too close, and to act as a backup weapon system, but it's a bit interchangeable. If you're up close, you'll probably want the ERs. If you're any kind of range, the racks will do the job. And that's really what this mech carries. And it looks quite dangerous, especially that right arm. I do love having multiple rotary barrels fitted to a single arm. I don't know. There's something about the appearance. It's like raw aggression, I think, is probably the best way to describe it. I mean, look at those barrels just going, haha, if this points at you, you are in serious trouble. Well, it'd be more serious if they were Rack 5s, but Rack 2s, yep, still pretty darn deadly. And they've got better range. But anyway, enough about that. Let us move on to the first match. Roll on match number 1. Indeed.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. systems nominal.
Command coming in. Capture and hold the resource point. Stop any hostiles that get in your way.
Okay, here we go. Welcome, welcome, welcome to match number 1. The game is... Conquest? Yeah, Conquest. Pretty sure it's Conquest. And the map is HPG Manifold.
Enemy forces have Sigma.
However, I kind of want to join it with my Assault Lance because, well, let's see. This particular build, as you notice, it's many, many things. 15% for the ER smalls, it's not too bad, but the racks build up heat pretty quick. That's why I invested the C-builds in this mech, to actually get access to the double heatsink upgrade. It's very necessary for the weight and the other constraints on it. But I really want to join up with the Assault Lance, who... oh, they are moving. Okay, good. But the fact is, my Rifleman is just not built to go... You know, it's a Rifleman for Pete's sake. It's not... This particular line of machines is like the Maulers. They're kind of meant as anti-aircraft and long-range fire supports. They're not meant to be on the front line taking all the hits. So this mech, I really think, is going to prove itself to be quite squishy if I let the enemy start tearing me apart. Which they will, with great enthusiasm, I have no doubts. Let's go down here and help out. The Dowbreaker, I'm going to move in behind the Timberwolf ahead of me, and we'll see what I can do to help out. Oh, this Raven's in serious trouble, actually. Switch to thermals.
New target acquired.
Hello there, Uziel. Oh no, that's a Viper. Oh, there's a... You'd think I'd noticed there's a Kodiak over here, but yeah, you can see what I meant when I said the heat can build up pretty quick in my weapon systems. Maybe I should stay behind this Sun Spider. Is that also a heavy mech as well? Oh, glance the Viper.
New target acquired.
My allied units are getting kind of pummeled though.
Target destroyed.
Oh! I actually managed to finish scoring out the Kodiak. Wasn't worth the loss of the Timberwolf though. But once the racks start kicking in, this machine just builds heat really quick. And that's something to be watching out for. Oh, hello. There's someone up above. I'm going to stick with the Sunstrider. The Sunstrider is a heavy armor assault. I forget which. I'm not familiar with the design too much. Oh.
Target acquired.
Okay, force that dragon back into retreat at least. Oh. Sunstrider's getting kind of pummeled. Ow. And that guy decided to punch me in the arm. I've got to watch the arms in this mech. If I start taking hits, I'll start losing my arms, and if I lose my arms, I lose my weapons. So it's not exactly an ideal combo. Oh no, I've lost my meat shield. Run away! It's time not to be here anymore, I think. Because I really need to meat shield between me and the enemy. With the Sunstrider dead, there's nothing for me to do except withdraw. Oh, hello. Hello, friendly Thunderbolt. How are you? And we've got allied units moving underneath because I backed off. I only took glancing hits there, but as you can see, my armor is actually pretty messed up. Ooh, Warhawk, that'll do quite nicely. Yeah, take that.
New target acquired.
Probably should have locked onto him. However, where is that Uziel? I don't really want to poke around because, you know, Rifleman. The Rifleman is actually one of my ideal mechs, I think, because it's like lots and lots of support. Oh, that Uziel is almost gone. Am I cool? I am cool. Charge! Woo! I will make a trophy of you! Oh, he ran away. If anyone finds that, though, that Uziel is wide open. So let's go ahead and help this Raven capturing this, at least, and hope that nothing comes... Nothing wicked this way hikes. If we can just keep this thing. Gotta admit though, I'm actually enjoying this. It's been too long since I played with the racks. Let's be fair. I've been using UACs and lasers and all sorts of nonsense, but the racks, there's just something satisfying about the sheer amount of nonsense they kick out. Oh, there's that poor Timberwolf there. But the Uziel has really scarpered. It doesn't want to face anything because it's really badly damaged. The only question is, though, where has it wandered off to? And where is the rest of the enemy forces?
New target
I mean,
acquired.
we've got a Madcat Mark II over there, so that's one of the enemy assaults, and it's evened right now. I think I'm going to pair up, most likely, with this Warhawk.
We need to keep holding on to our resource points.
Where's the Warhawk going? Nowhere. The Warhawk is actually standing guard quite thoroughly. Oh, the enemy's getting ahead. Oh dear. That's not good, actually. What are you? You are a... yeah, you're my allied Thunderbolt again. Well, you're another allied Thunderbolt. You're facing off against
Target
the Madcat.
destroyed.
Oh, excellent. Excellent shooting. Oh.
New target acquired. Target
Oh,
destroyed.
got him. Right. However, allied Thunderbolt is down. That leaves just me and the Warhawk. There's only us two left. And if I get focused, I'm going to be in serious trouble. So, the best chance to... Whoa! Behind us, behind us! Oh, jeez.
Target acquired.
I am... Oh, I'm taking too many hits too fast. I've got to get clear. I am not built for this. Ah, the Warhawk is an 80-tonner though. It's still an assault, but it's not a massive one. Let's turn to thermal. Maybe I'll be able to pull this, but yeah, it's just me and that guy left.
Theta is controlled by the enemy.
New target acquired.
Oh, yeah. Ow. Knocked me out. My XL went down. I knew that was going to happen.
One final push.
Um,
The enemy has capped enough resources.
oh, they got us.
We fail.
Still. Yeah, I thought that was going to happen with how that was going. But that said, playing around and actually, you know, look at this. 2 outright killing blows, 1 solo kill, 1 most damage was dealt. 527 damage done. If I do a lot of damage, I think that's a good build. I did enough, despite the loss, to actually have neutral skill rating change. That's great, actually. 282,000. Yeah. I'm enjoying this build already. Admittedly, it's a bit on the fragile side because of the whole XL thing, but yeah, the mech's already squishy, so I've got to watch out for that anyway. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm making 0 sense, aren't I? Anyway, time to move on to match number 2.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
This is command. Eliminate all enemies, no matter the cost.
Okay, here we go. Welcome to match number 2. The map is Tourmaline Desert. And the game mode is Skirmish. Flipping Tourmaline Desert. Ah, well, to be fair, people like this one a fair bit. I'm kind of average about it. Don't really hate it, don't really like it. So, you know, it's one of those things. Well, I'm just being different to be cool, to be hip, to be, look at me, I'm so edgy because I don't go with what everyone else is doing. Oh, they're all going this way. Okay, I'll go this way because everyone else is going this way. Yes! Well, I couldn't have timed that better even if I had planned it.
That's fine, okay, cheers.
Yep. Okay, so everyone is moving around. Right, and since this is match number 2, oops. accidentally walked into my ally. So this is map number 2. It is time for a review and thinkings about the build. And I've got to say, actually, well, apart from the fact I nearly broke my leg there, I'm not really thinking that of any major changes or any changes at all, really, to this build. I'm happy with the build as it is. Haha! It's been a while since I've said that one, isn't it? But yeah, I actually do like this build. It's it can run hot when the racks are fully engaged, and it's just spitting out lead towards the enemy. But this mech is actually perfectly geared for what I, as a player in Mechwarrior Online, likes to do, which is play fire support, work with my allies. I don't particularly care that I'm not getting all the sweet kills and stuff like that. Like 360 no scopes and, like, you know, don't really care about that. But I'm having fun with it, and I am helping win the game. So, haha. Hello, enemy annihilator.
Warning, incoming.
Someone's... Yeah, I mean, the Rifleman really is a support geared mech. It's just not tough enough to try to go into things face first. Well, it can try. It's gonna get blown up, but it can try to go in face first. Really, this guy just loves to play fire support above all else. It's what the mech is built for, it's what the lore says, and honestly, that's my style as a player. So yes, I love it. The Rakzus can dish out so much damage so fast if given half a chance. And the ER smalls do a nice burst of additional damage which can really kick in and cause some harm if required. Like how last time you saw them actually melting armor. They aren't as powerful as a batch of medium lasers, but honestly, because I've got more of them, then, you know, it helps. I've got to play within the limits of the chassis, of course. And I just got some FaceTime with my fellow Griffin. Okay. Also, this mech is called a Dowbreaker, apparently. I wasn't sure about that. Hello, King Crab. Okay, I just held down the trigger. I did a lot of damage, but now I've had to back off because I'm overheating a little bit.
I'm feeling our other assault rifles here. Okay.
Oh, he's noticed my arm and trying to go for them. Ow. Oh, seriously. If you see their King Crab, its center armor is almost gone.
Need assistance.
So yeah, the King Crab is...
They're pushing Echo 6 now. Echo 5, sorry. Ah, no.
King Crab is open. Feel free to kill it.
Target destroyed.
My poor side armor. Oh, I just got to kill most damage dealt.
Bravo's light coming around.
Target spotted.
Oh yeah, I'm loving this. I'm not getting the kills and I don't care in the slightest.
1% of the enemies are eliminated.
Target acquired.
Yeah, take that. I'm really loving this build, especially since I've actually got a fairly maneuverable one as well. Nope, didn't quite react fast enough to that guy.
New target acquired.
Oh, that's a Fafnir.
Target spotted.
Be advised, there's a Fafnir in E6. Moving towards D6.
Juliet Warhammer's open. One shot.
Where is... Ooh.
New target acquired.
Oh! Yeah, unfortunately I stepped forward and got gutted. Yeah, I was a bit too aggressive there. I really shouldn't... Yeah. Oh. That kind of shows what I was saying, though, about how this build is squishy. As soon as I stepped out and exposed myself a bit too much, what was left of my armor got evaporated.
Coming to box 5.
Target spotted.
That was my
New
fault. That
Target acquired.
this is still fairly even overall. I think they're down multiple assaults at this point.
New
How are we
target
doing?
Acquired.
Yeah, we've lost one of our assaults. They've lost at least 2 of theirs. All right. I'm fairly confident this is going to turn into a win for us at the rate it's going. They've lost some heavier equipment than we have.
We've lost half our force. We can't
Oh
lose
no,
any
they're
more
actually starting to
soldiers.
edge us out a little bit. Ooh. Anyway,
New target acquired.
yeah. Yeah, I think that kind of summarises my feeling about the build. I'm not out in front. It punishes me if I am, but that is absolutely okay because I get to support. I get to dish out a lot of damage, and that is something I'm happy with. The only thing, actually, that I might do is quit the match. I'm thinking maybe a light engine versus an XL. Because, you know, the whole lights can survive losing one side torso, though with reduced cooling. That is actually a significant thing. Seeing as I don't have any center torso weapons, that means if I lose both side torsos, I'll just be a stick, so I might as well be dead anyway. So I could do that. However, the rest of this fitting is so tight in terms of slots and weight, it's going to be a bit tricky to pull off. Let's see, light engines. Do I have anything I can drop in? Problem is I can't drop in. I've only got 14 tons dedicated to the XL, so I need to drop in a 245 rated light, and that will drop my speed down to 67. So, you know, lose about 10% speed if I do this. Also a little bit cooling because I'll lose a heatsink in the center torso. Okay, up that to a 2. I've got a 250 in stock. However, it is 15.5 tons. So maybe a light ferro conversion will buy me enough weights. Oh, not quite. I'd have to drop a smidge of armor. A smidge of armor. Put a point back there. 250. Drop it in. Okay, so we've got a light 250 equivalent. It's slower. It's lost some cooling. But it's also lost the vulnerability of getting shredded if one of the side torsos gives way. So, I don't know. It's a bit of a side grade, really. You've got that extra survival at the cost of speed and heat management. So, how good that is will really depend on you, but that's an optional adjustment to the build. But still, with that said, that is also all she wrote for this particular video. I'm not sure which version I'll go with. I'll have to think about that. Still, no, don't save it. Yep. So, this has been Iron Mark 3. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed the show. And I'll catch you all some other time. Yes. See you all later.